Hey guys, I am back. This is Marina with Unbroken. I have missed all of you guys so much. We'll get we'll get into the details of my hiatus in a few minutes, but first and foremost, I want to thank IQPodcast Studios for having my back for so long and being the best of friends. Obviously, we have Saquon Casino, Attorney King, Nikki Rottens. Obviously IB Fitness because y'all know that I belong to IB Fitness, and then we have Brent Wilsey, right? Did I say that right? I apologize, Brent, if I mispronounced your name. And then obviously today I have Brett Davis on the show. How are you, Brett?
I'm doing good. You like my hat?
My hat. Your hat is phenomenal. I love
You get
it.
a lot of compliments everywhere I go, and other than Attorney King, of course, I've had a few people ask me for my hat. They wanted to take my hat. They wanted to know if they could have it.
Well,
I think it's a really cool hat.
well, I like that. There's a lot of thought that went into that. There's a couple different more different hats that are available too. But so how are you? It's been a minute since I've talked to you, since I've seen you on camera.
No, we got the COVID bug, and to me, it felt like a flu. Did not feel like anything out of the extraordinary. It just seemed like a regular flu that you have to just kind of, keep your fluids up, sleep, rest, get over it. Did not have any weird encounters, but I understand it's different also for each person because everybody's getting a different experience from this whole thing. But I also think possibly there's a couple things going on. There's a couple viruses, and there's a flu going around. So that might be why everybody's experiencing different things too. But it also can affect people differently.
Well, the yearly flu clearly is something that happens every year, hence
For
yearly.
years.
Well, let's get into the COVID testing thing in a minute. But so I just want to wow, like it's seriously been what 4 or 5 months since I've been.
I think at least,
Been
yeah,
on-
exactly.
yeah, it's been a minute.
There's been
Uh,
a lot. There's been a lot of porn movies that have been made in that time.
well, none of that, but the prog like my life obviously has completely changed
You're
since I
making movies.
last. I'm not making movies. No, I'm not making movies, but for
So what were you talking? San Diego misses you. We miss having
I
you.
here's the thing. I miss my people in San Diego. I miss my people in California, but I don't miss California. So for those of you guys just tuning in or whatever or questioning where I went, my daughter and I moved to Spring, Texas, which is in Houston. We came and moved in with my boyfriend JD, which I know some of you know some of a little bit about our history, which we'll get into probably in a little bit because I know Brett has a lot of questions for me. But here's the thing. Bottom line is I didn't want to be in California anymore. I can't handle. I didn't want. I shouldn't say I can't handle. I didn't want to handle the politics. I didn't want to handle Greasy Gavin, his aunt Nancy. I mean, I know we all have to deal with Aunt Nancy, but I just got to a point where I knew that I didn't want my daughter growing up in California, going to school in California, all of the pronouns and whatnots being mentioned in schools right now in California just completely made me want to. Well, it didn't make me, it did make me throw up in my mouth. So I came to the decision where I decided to take us to Texas, which is, I have to say, the most bold, beautiful, freedom loving, patriotic state I have ever been in my life. Like, I, when I got here, because I drove my car here, obviously, and I was so not afraid to have California plates. Like, I'm not afraid, but I was more just like, God, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to have California plates on my Jeep right now because
Have you heard any comments about California since you moved over there?
not to me personally. Obviously, I know the dynamics of people moving here from California. I know that there's a lot of unfortunate um, blue blue people, leftists, libtard, whatever it is that you want to call it, wanted to come here to try and make Texas a blue state, which I don't believe is ever going to happen. I came here with the full intention of keeping it a red state. I believe that um, the people here are the freest people. Like I would love for everybody to experience this place, Brett. I just think it's amazing. I feel welcomed. I've never been told otherwise. I keep a Donald. Well, I don't. I no longer have my California plates anymore. Actually, I got a new car yesterday.
Not just a car.
Well, I got a new Ford
Yeah,
Bronco.
a new Bronco. I mean, that's not just a new
But I
car.
have my Donald Trump duck in the front window. Like I have, it's such a beautiful place here. And the flags that fly here are so huge. Like I've never seen any flag the size that flies here in California, whether it's the US, California flag, Mexico flag, whatever it is, it's going to fly. I- It is just so heartwarming and it just fills my heart, I guess you could say. With the patriotism here, and I just I love every moment of it here. So it's
What do you think the patriotism in Texas comes from?
I think it comes from actual real wholehearted American believers. I think it comes from roots. I think it comes from roots of military family. I think it comes from people believing in the freedom and the Constitution and all of those things. I think that people here truly believe what happened years and years and years ago to make this such an amazing country to live in. State-wise, I just think people look at what's happening within the country and believe in, again, our Constitution, our independence, our the red, white, and blue, everything that follows with it. And it just warms my heart to see the flags on the trucks. That was the big one of the biggest things when I got here, like seeing the Trump flags, the
Right.
FJB flags, the thin blue line flags, the thin red line flag, all of it. It's just the most like, and you just want to honk at them and give them a yeah, rock on, thumbs up, shock, whatever it is that you want to give them. But the feeling of feeling safe is is pretty universal here. And obviously being an IB with the gym, we have our team guys, we have our Navy, we have, I would say IB is probably one of the safest places, Coronado too, obviously one
Sure.
of the safest places to live in California. But here it's just a dynamic of everybody wanting to be safe, everybody wanting to have all of their amendments given to them. And I just, I can't even, I, it's amazing. That's all I can say. Like it's the most heartwarming thing I've ever felt. So,
We had a house years back. Time goes by so fast where we almost during a period of time moved to Texas, in the Fort Worth area,
uh-huh.
and beautiful city. A lot of very older, I would call them like, I don't know, what do you call those houses from the 30s with the porches?
Like plantation houses or
No, kind of like, they're all vintage and they had the porches and the nice, and then you had pecan trees
Mhm.
all throughout the whole streets.
Right.
And people would come up to you and were very friendly I mean, even offered for us to stay in their house, which we actually did. Imagine meeting strangers and staying in their house. And
I,
I was kind of freaked out somebody was going to come because you're paranoid coming from where we came from,
of
and
course.
you're just right away think somebody's going to come in the middle of the night with a machete and hack you to death. But
Well,
um,
the
I mean,
family
they were the most hospitable people. They made you feel like you wanted to move there, and we were that close to getting there. But for family reasons, we didn't go. But Texas is always I've always liked Texas, and I like the community. I like families are families there. You don't feel like families in a lot of ways in California are becoming kind of looked down upon. I think by a lot of a lot of groups.
Well, I was actually sent an article today on how and this is a California thing, not this is so here's the thing. I think California has become its own breed. I think it's become a state where people that do not want to have the mindset or live in an actual world a freedom, obviously loving world that we live in should go to. And it's unfortunate because California is beautiful. It's a beautiful state. Living on the ocean for so long, you know what I mean? It has its, but I think
You
it's,
had a vote. You had an ocean view
I
where
did.
you were at every morning when you could go out. You had the Pacific Ocean that's looking right at you.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry, I'm getting a message. Don't California my Texas. Which I completely I get, but I think that for me, I have so much respect. I'm not coming here to try and change anything in Texas. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm
You're
here
being
to
who you are. You're
true
being
believer,
who you are. You're not trying to change. You are who you are.
right? And if I want to carry my gun, I'm going to carry my gun. I have a house full of guns. Okay, I
Sounds
love
good to me.
more than anything in the entire world. I love my Constitution. I love my independence. I love my amendments. I love every single thing about what this state stands for. So I just I hope and pray. Well, actually, no, I don't hope and pray. I'm going to be completely blunt with you right now. Here's the thing. I just wish that every single person that wants to completely bring down our military, our law enforcement, our government, our constitution, our amendments, all of those things, just move to California, move to New York. We'll just separate you guys completely from the US and you guys just be your own little islands. I don't give a fuck. Sorry. I know we're live right now. I can't cuss. But you know, it's gotten to the point right now where I just go. Just go. That's probably another show we can do about what irks me so much on the stuff that's happening with well here's the thing, the whole not the whole I've always wanted to move to Texas. I think it's a beautiful place. Recently I was pushed more and more because I don't want my daughter going to school there, and um, I will not have my daughter go to a school where the teacher tells them they have a choice to be a boy, a girl, a dog, a cat, a plant, whatever the hell that they decide to tell my daughter that they can choose to be. It's not going to happen. Like it's just not going to happen. And here,
We had this conversation at lunch today with somebody that they weren't even aware that this is going on in the school systems.
oh, and that's so sad. If I ever have my daughter in a class and they ask her what her pronoun is, I can promise you I will pull her out of the class. And it just it, the whole I think a lot of it is a joke. I think a lot of it is attention seeking. I think a lot of it is, you know, younger adults, teenagers trying to just get their spot on the platform, you know, whatever.
What about the politicians that are pushing the laws and now they're teaching it in kindergarten?
Well, yeah. So the politicians wise, I think one are seeking just here's the thing. I think we all will gravitate towards anything that deserves, not deserves, that's the wrong word. I think all of us will gravitate towards anything that will cause any type of controversy in anything, right? Like, I mean, I do. I'm a fiend on that. Like, I will push and push and push. I think the politicians that are pushing in schools for a child to be questioned here's the thing, I think that they are being questioned. I don't think that it's just a going into the school and being like, hey, you get to choose if you want to be a cat or a dog or a giraffe or an elephant or a boy or a girl. You know, I think that they're actually being told like, hey, this is what's going on. If you think that you are this and this and you're this and this, and you can tell people that, which is bullshit. Sorry, I know I'm on live right now and I can't cuss, but
You're not on the radio. You can say anything you want. This is
yeah,
your
we'll go
show.
with video next. But it makes me want to take all of these teachers, i.e. California, Greasy Gavin, all of those people, and just put them in a room and just set a grenade off. I probably shouldn't say that, but it makes me sick to my stomach that any child is in a classroom and they're being told that they have to choose or they have a thought. No, biologically, you're a boy or a girl, period. That's it. You can conceive a baby, you can't conceive a baby. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, but these crazy weirdos that just completely think that if they wear a breast pump and a fake bra that they're a woman, I'm going to tell you to F off, a big middle finger to your face. So
What do you think of the transsexuals that actually go through with the whole surgery?
I am not, if you're gay, you're gay. I don't,
Well, transsexuals when they've actually, no?
right. And converted.
Transvestite is when they dress like a woman. Transsexual ones, they actually,
Yeah.
transsexual, you can say transsexual.
If you grow up thinking that you should love this person more than, or this male or female, here's the thing, I don't care. Like I literally don't care.
That's their business, as long as they're not trying to push their beliefs on you.
I don't push my beliefs on you. Don't push your beliefs on me, period. And it's just, that is the worst thing, or not the word, the hardest thing for me right now to comprehend is, like, I was talking to my girlfriend today and we were talking about how I don't think, I mean, granted, I'm only 44. I'm super young.
Really? I thought you were 30.
Duh. Well, I think
You look like you're 30. JD, I thought you're robbing the cradle, like,
well,
he's like some 25-year-old stud,
this hot bearded guy, like,
yeah, this bearded guy. You see this 25-year-old guy. Well, I'm only 5 years older, but I didn't really know. I mean, are you really? I mean, you tapped into some a young one there. He's a young one.
He's rad. He's super rad. I just I forgot where I was going with my statement.
You're talking about the whole transgender. Don't tell me what you believe and not how to think. I mean, that's your business if you want to think that way. And I agree with you, by the way.
Today about how I look at my conservative side. I'm obviously super conservative.
I recognize that flag, by the way.
He did win.
Is that a new flag? Is that the new flag coming up for the next election?
No, I actually got that last year.
Because I heard he's going to be running again.
I hope he does. I hope him and DeSantis
I think that's why Pelosi's getting out, because I think she knows he's going to come back with a vengeance.
That crazy woman. Like, I saw the funniest thing on TikTok. It was a girl imitating her eyebrows, and she took a coat hanger, like literally took a coat hanger and it was anyways, that woman, that was probably one of the happiest things I've heard in a long time about her leaving. She needs to go. She's a drunk. She's just babbles and has no idea.
She's a sloppy drunk.
She's super sloppy.
Right. Not there's drunks that have class. Yeah. She's not a classy drunk. She's a mess. A hot mess.
She's not even a hot mess. I don't even know. I don't even know how her team
functions.
Lets her go on the podium the way that they do.
I think they're all zombies. I think they're all programmed. I don't think they have any thoughts.
It's super sad. Like I don't get it. But
I don't understand how she's been keeps getting reelected, which is what I don't understand how a lot of these people. It's like the voters are just. It's like it's like they didn't study for the test, and it's the multiple choice, and they're pushing all the same just to get the test done, and they really don't know what they're doing.
There's no align, like it's there's no justification on anything that happens actually right now within politics, within our justice system.
So the area you moved to, is it a Republican area or is it mixed, or what is it like?
Extremely conservative.
Okay.
I think from what I know, and I don't, all you little haters out there right now, don't start like bombing me right now, but Austin is pretty much, from what I understand, the only non-conservative area.
I heard that's Southern California, basically. It's a great city, though. It's a really nice city.
I haven't been. I know people that have gone there. I've heard it's amazing. I heard it's beautiful. The music, the bars, the clubs.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, but it's not my jam. I don't want to go.
It is Southern California and Texas is what I've been told. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, there's definitely a lot of liberal parts.
Influence.
Yeah, influence. Thank you. That goes on there. So I don't
But it
know.
is, I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful city. We've been there before a couple times. The
Yeah,
Capitol is right downtown. The university's right downtown. Very old, red brick. Very, a lot of nice little bars and restaurants.
what
I
scares
think
me about the old red brick, the old like, is that soon some weirdos are going to come in and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, but those cute little red brick buildings have to come down because A, B, C, and D." You know what? Like, I'm so angry about all of our statues, all of our everything that has come down within the last year.
what did you think about the proposition of there's a group trying to put together a bill to get the name of the White House changed because it said it's racist.
White House. Okay, so
Because
I will.
it was built by slaves, and because it's the White House, it gives a superior theme
The
that
freaking
demeans
house is
anybody.
white. It's white.
But it was built by black people, so it makes it seem
I don't.
like
I don't care. It's white. Make it red. Call it the Red House. I don't
you
care.
can't because then you'll offend the Indians.
You are right. You are right.
And I love it, and I love Indians. By the way, we have a great
I'm
support
Indian.
of
It's
them.
it's funny, like, I am part Indian, Cherokee, and Blackfoot. What's funny is, I was talking to another friend today who was, talking about, um, her friend discussing how Cherokee was not a real Indian culture. It's not
Really,
an Indian tribe, and from what I understand is all of my tests, all of everything that I've done, and then obviously on my dad's side, I'm part Indian, like, not a huge amount, like, I'm not I have family that have grown up on a reservation, but
you have the blood.
yeah, I do, and when I'm thinner in the face, like,
You look a little. You and Sarah look like you could be related. Sarah is, I think she's a Blackfoot. That's only when she walks around barefoot, but
I have the temper. Other than that, everything is, like, Scottish and Irish, and whatever it is, the white people.
no, but here's the thing. Talking about Native Americans, I will say this. They honestly, I have a lot of respect for the Native Americans. They were here before everybody else was.
Of course they were. They were,
And
right?
I have friends that, and we've had some sponsors before. One of them being Indian Motorcycle,
Mhm.
and
We have
beautiful,
Cody from
beautiful, yeah,
Salon.
yeah, beautiful motorcycles. Indian Motorcycle, beautiful bikes.
Of course.
That company's older than Harley. Did you know that?
What's that?
That Indian Motorcycle is an older company. It's older than Harley.
Yes, I did, actually, I
So
did.
Indian, when we originally started talking to the tribe, Saquon, which is a phenomenal, great community support
Mhm.
in San Diego, as you know,
Yeah.
they do everything for everybody. They're the group. They're wonderful. I said, do you have, are you offended by the fact that Indian Motorcycle is using the name Indian? Because now there's this big thing that seems to be real popular around the country. Like the Cleveland Indians are no longer the Cleveland
Right,
Indians.
what are they called?
I don't even know.
I just told JD the other day. We were
Yeah.
talking, it was like,
I mean, this is like a brand that's been around for almost 100 years, you
I
know?
I think that brand-wise, like, if my well, here's the thing. I think we all have culture, we do. I can't
Sure.
really.
Well, you went to San Diego State, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, so they want it. There's a group that wants to take the name Aztec
But
off the name because they're offended. They say it's demeaning.
well, they already took off the when I was there, they had the guy, the Indian headdress guy.
I heard he's still there.
Oh, is he? I don't know.
I heard that they didn't agree with the group that wanted to, because they depict this person a very powerful as a powerful warrior.
Right.
There's nothing demeaning about it. I mean, if it was me, I think it's a great sponsor, but I mean, I'm not.
Yeah. So why would you want any of that taken away? Like, there's no harm in it. Like, you have the promotion, the public promotion to, promote your heritage, your
Sure.
everything it is you're about, but yet you have to cry and whine and bleed Oh my God. And the most screwed up thing, Brett, is that none of these, and I will say this until my deathbed, none of these people complaining about whether you're Indian, whether you're black, whatever it is that you're gonna be, that you want to be, that you're trying to be, that you are born with, none of you have ever, ever, ever felt what happened to any of these people
Nope.
back in the day. So don't cry to me. Don't, because right now, me being a white female or you being a white male is probably at its lowest form right now to even be that person. That's just how society is right now. You want to be a white male or a white female in society right now, it's a pretty shitty thing. But not one of you that are trying to make that a shitty thing ever actually felt to the core what people actually did 30, 40, 50 years ago. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. There's so many things that people can do these days. And that's why I listen and love Candace Owens, because that woman will promote every single thing she possibly can about how it's not what it is right now. And everybody just wants to cry. Oh, no, it was your ancestors, it was your grandma, it was your great grandma that dealt with this stuff, not you. So quit being a freaking crybaby and just pick up your big girl, big boy pants and realize it's not that bad right now. As much as you want to try and make it be to get
Sure.
that little quota.
So here's the thing. I'm a supporter of, I love, I guess what would be called brands that have been around a long time, whether I
Mhm.
use the brands or not. I mean, I think the Coca-Cola brand is iconic myself when I look at it. I'm not a big, I mean, I love it once in a while, but I mean, I think it shows to me success over a long period of time. And so when you see a company like um, Aunt Jemima, or the company that had the Land O'Lakes that had the Indian on the front, which I thought was a beautiful
Gorgeous.
brand. They took her off, and then next thing you know, a few years later, we're talking about taking Aunt Jemima off, and then by the way, her family was getting paid still on that
Well, her family
name.
didn't want her uh, taken off of
No, no,
the what, which I don't think it even had anything to do with the financial part of it. You have an iconic woman. You have
sure.
somebody that fought and fought and fought. And
You know, and I saw it when I saw that brand, Aunt Jemima, by the way, I was a fan for years.
Mhm.
I would specifically go to the store and get Aunt Jemima syrup because it made me feel safe in some weird way. And I knew it just,
And
if I
these are
felt great, if I just
people.
felt comfortable with the brand, it
Yeah,
wasn't anything racist about it. And then
no.
once I heard that they were making it a political thing, that really turned me off. And I have a feeling their sales have gone down. I would love to get them on a future show. I have
Uh-huh.
a feeling that they have felt an impact in sales since they did that.
Of
I
course,
would not be
all of
surprised.
that. The only one I think that is still making is Quaker Oats. They didn't take because that guy fought. The Quaker fought for freedom. They fought for black rights. They fought for slavery. They not for slavery, but for the denounce of slavery. Like they so when you have your oatmeal with the Quaker on it,
Love the
right?
Quaker. I love the Quaker, by the way.
Okay, that guy, he fought for freedom. He fought for, to free slaves. The Quaker fought for everything. So the whole mirror, it's just such a contradiction to me, to where the black community, the Indian community, whatever it is, wants to take their labels, their symbols off of so many things that people use and look for. Like there's no denouncing their nationality. There's no, like, it's a pride thing. Like I'm proud that a Quaker is on the oatmeal. I'm proud that, you know what I mean? Like, and if I was of color, or I am part Indian, but not, I can't, I'm not like, but I don't see the dehumanization of having the Indians on does that make sense? I don't know. Like
Yeah, because I think if it's done in the right way and
there was nothing wrong with what was done. There was
well,
nothing
The Land O'Lakes Indian was gorgeous. She was beautiful, and I think
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I mean, it looked iconic, that whole artwork. That was all that was original, like drawing and art. I mean, it's beautiful, I thought.
Yeah. So it just makes me it just kind of makes me ill. I don't get it. I don't get it. But
So I think the thing is, we have a very overly sensitive group of people that are so plugged in and watching the same media every day
Mhm.
that they have become brainwashed.
Mm,
And what that's given them is they don't know how to unplug from whatever they're listening to and have a wide range of thoughts and ideas. Well, here's let's use the election as an example. So the last election, everybody could not stand Trump because he wasn't a politician who was polished, and he was crude in their mind. And oh my God, how could he talk back to the media? And
okay,
how
wait.
can he be this way? And but then they went for the smooth, slick politician who had never done anything in 50 years of his career. And by the way, the economy was on fire during the whole Trump administration, as was the workforce. A lot of the new vaccines that came into place were pushed through in a record time because nothing like this had ever happened. We didn't have shortages. We did not have shortages the way that we have shortages now. Gas prices weren't as high as they were.
Mhm.
Electricity prices are going up more. We had somebody that wrote their name on the back of the check and not on the front of the check. Actually, he wrote his name on the front and the back. And we have a career politician his whole life who just taxed for everything and doesn't really know how to run a business. And so what you've got is complete chaos in the United States. And if
Mhm.
anybody can't see what's going on or doesn't want to admit that there is a big change and a problem that's going on in this country since that change has happened, I knew he was going to be bad. I had no idea he was going to be. He's way worse than I even imagined.
This is just straight and
Talking about Biden, by the way, for anybody that's tuning in, I'm not
yes,
talking about Trump.
it's just straight and embarrassing. Like
Well, people are. You think people are? You think we had problems before? The only problems we had is we had somebody that was a fighter. Now we have this guy who's completely not doesn't even know what day it is.
oh my God, you saw that, right? Oh, 2020 is going to be one of the best. Wow. Like half and the whole his whole thing on Martin Luther King and the BLM movement and how the BLM movement was more he's crazy. Like him and his little ginger lady that talks, Jen or whatever, like both of them are just beyond.
Not a touch. They live in a bubble, a very small bubble.
And what scares me the most though, Brett, is that the left, which I respect the left, Brett. I don't think I don't. If you believe in what you believe. Like I don't. But the mere fact that they're willing to give up the rights that we have, that everything that we have, just to follow this crazy weird president that we have that doesn't even like speak. All he speaks is gibberish and
Well, he's not. Nobody. They're not following him. He's being puppeteered. There's a puppeteer that's managing him. He's just as
right. Okay,
much
you're
as
right.
as much as they can prop him up every day. But I'm saying you're dealing with somebody that is being told what to do, and there's a bigger view of this whole
So
thing,
dumb. He's
huh?
so dumb. I don't
Well, he
remember
never
that.
was a sharp. He wasn't. He finished last in his law class.
Right.
I
So
mean, everybody knows that he was not the top student. And
well,
so the point is you've got somebody that we have a group, a consensus that thinks it's okay to bring communism back to bring it into the United States. That's what there's a push for,
I
a
don't
communistic, socialistic way of living.
well, I don't even know if it's that. I just think the dynamics of people just like there's a group that just did not want Trump to be president. Like I think that that is what that is what happened in the
That's
last.
part of it. But look at the whole West Coast. The whole West Coast, it's just
Oh,
like
by the way,
cancer.
not to
It
interrupt you.
started at the.
Wait, not to interrupt you, but I'm drinking this whiskey
Is
that
that
I
your new sponsor? Is that your new sponsor?
I hope so one day, and I'm drinking it with coffee, and it's probably the I don't drink whiskey on its own, but with coffee, and I learned that from Ashley Horner. Ashley,
Coffee
it's
and
called
whiskey.
Calumet Farm. It is the greatest whiskey ever. Hey,
You're going to have to send us a bottle.
oh my God, it is amazing. Obviously, and then I have my kettle soda, but the coffee and whiskey is pretty. But
I've never had it with coffee.
it is a different taste, Brett. I hate whiskey. Sorry guys for all the way. Like it's not something that I drink. It's not something that I have. But with coffee, it just takes out whatever it is.
You love coffee is what it is.
I love coffee, but
That's why.
whiskey and coffee are
Oh, I love coffee. Once
it's.
you've had black, you never go back.
All right, let's get off of politics for a second, Brett. Let's talk about personal stuff.
Yes. So
Let's talk about
so
what's wrong in lives.
hold on. You hear that?
What was that? Oh,
That's Nancy Pelosi crossing her legs.
ew. God, that woman is disgusting. I'm so happy she's leaving. I
think she's been gone a long time. So you're in love, right? Things are going great.
I'm in love. Yes.
How's love going?
It's pretty amazing. I think I'm not sure. I actually think that's my production engineer assistant. I don't know if I've actually talked about our past on the show. I think the last time I
this
talked
is the first time for anybody that's listening. They're going to be surprised.
He and I were together 17, 18 years ago for a short period of time.
17 or 18 years ago, you were together.
Yeah. And it was like
Wow.
6 7 months we were together. Yeah. It was a fun time, but we were just, going in different directions and just things didn't work out. And then he moved and I stayed and things just happened and we reconnected because his best friend had passed away. And
I'm very sorry. Tell him I'm very sorry for his loss.
Oh, I will definitely. And I was told that he had passed away. So I actually reached out to him and said, "Hey, I'm so sorry." And it was all via social media. I didn't obviously have his contact information or anything like that. And that was it. When his best friend passed away, I actually found out after the fact that his best friend passed away, and he was actually in Orange County for his best friend's services. And then that's when I reached out to him when I found out. And it just kind of went into a domino effect from there. And we just started chatting from there. And lo and behold, now I'm here with him. We have a beautiful house, a beautiful home. It's pretty rad. It's been it's scary as all hell. Obviously I have the business in IB. I still have the gym. We have the gym now. Running it from so far away is pretty scary. Not good. But it's just what it is and how it has to be right now. And I love every single moment of it. And I couldn't be happier. The funniest thing is like I was thinking about the other day and on my other podcast how I kept talking about my ride or die, and remember all those episodes, just my ride or die. And he's him. He's the perfect package. And
I don't want to hear about his package.
and I'm not going back.
That was a Freudian slip on your part, right?
I didn't.
I like coffee, but I love tea bags better.
So, yeah, my daughter and I pretty much made arrangements. We waited for him to get to IB.
Okay.
Jeep. Got a moving truck.
So here's the thing. 17, 18 years. Did you ever in your mind think, God, I wonder what he's doing? I wonder how it would have been if we would have did this, or
yes.
Did that come through your mind a few times?
Yeah, more than a few times it did. Like he's such a doll face, and he has such a big
Well,
heart,
he's a good looking guy.
right?
You guys look really good together.
He's
Uh,
ridiculous.
I've known you for a handful of years now. I don't know
Mhm.
how, probably around, I would say probably at least 5 years or so,
Oh, more than
maybe,
that, Brett. More than
you
that.
know, so
Yeah.
time goes by so quick. I mean, I couldn't believe that 1995 was that long ago when I was talking about, I'm like, really? Oh my God, that is a long time ago. But,
Yeah.
um,
No,
you seem happier to me right now. And you have this glow about you that I've never seen, uh, not just right now, but since we've been talking, since we got, back communicating again. And there's something to say about how happiness can change the way your day goes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're not only happy about the person in your life, but the environment you're in, the new start, your daughter's getting a new chance at, being able to have her freedom, and you feel this release, almost like you're out of a prison, almost, right?
Yes. Absolutely. You completely described it to a T. I There are no words to even
It,
describe
it
it.
shows. It shows all over. I mean, you exude this happiness, this love thing, this glow. I mean, so it's definitely working for you. Now,
Yes.
with all the good things that are going on, we have challenges in our families. Tell us a little bit about your brother and where that was before you left, and where it is possibly now with your
Oh
brother.
yes. I did get some question. I have gotten questions with it. So yes, so all of you guys that don't know, my I called out my brother and his I'm so afraid of what's not afraid, but so here's the thing. I spoke about COVID and my parents being able to see my nephew with my brother and his wife and her family. And what I talked about in the past did not go over well with my brother and his wife and his wife's family, caused a big family controversy. But the last, I would say more than few months, my brother and I have definitely, I wouldn't say reconciled. I don't think, well, I don't think, I don't, I don't know how to, it's hard because I don't know if my brother and I will ever get to the point or the closeness that we had before. But I do know my brother has reached out. He is trying to reconcile what we did have, our relationship. And, but there are dynamics in the family that I personally don't believe will ever make my brother's and I relationship better, if that makes sense. From what I understand is whether or not it's true right now, but I'm not. I still haven't spoken to my nephew in a year.
Oh,
My
wow.
daughter has though. My brother has made sure that my daughter is well known in his life. He just turned 2. He's absolutely adorable. He looks just like my brother. Uh,
Your
he's
brother's a good look. Your brother's you have a good, beautiful family.
he is a good looking dude. Good looking dude. He was a model for Aqualung. Like dude's good looking. Yeah, I
Like
can.
a beautiful family.
Thank you. Thank you. But I appreciate so much of him wanting to make sure that my daughter and his son remain cousins. But here's the thing, Brett, and this is what's gonna spark stuff, which is what I do. But
You're just being real.
well, here we go. Unbroken, right? It's gonna happen again. His wife's family live in the area, obviously, that my brother and his wife moved to. And they are much more closer with my brother and Declan. My nephew's name is Declan. Um, than Gabby and my daughter, Gabby. For those of you that don't know, will ever be close. Do you know what I mean? Like they live miles apart. And that was the start or the demise of my brothers and my relationship because I didn't agree with him moving. So, yeah, whether it's jealousy, I don't know. But there is a part, yes, there is a jealous part of me where I'm like, well, her side of the family is completely close with my nephew. Like her 2 kids have grown up with my nephew, whereas Gabby's just a FaceTime apart, if that makes sense. And
Sure.
there's a little bit of aggravation there. My brother, though, like bless his heart, he's no, Marina, it's not like that, but it is. But it is like in hindsight, in reality, it is what it is. And when what happened to my parents last year with them being told they couldn't see my nephew, but the other grandparents could, like that definitely sparked a huge controversy within the family. But luckily my parents and my brother and my brother's wife, they reconciled, they did whatever, but I never got over it. I never bowed down to them. But from as of today, Gabby is allowed to talk to my nephew and see him and whatever. But from what I understand, uh, my this is gonna whatever my brother's wife just still does not agree with me seeing my nephew or talking to him.
I don't believe that things, I think there's always an edge with certain family members, even from the beginning. And those things typically don't go away. They typically, it's like a stone in your shoe. The longer that stone is in your shoe, the more first the foot hurts, then the rest, then the ankle, then it works. Next thing you know, the whole leg's hurting. It doesn't typically go away.
Right. And I don't think it's going to go away. But
It's probably always been something there, right?
oh,
A little bit of an edge,
well,
for
with my
whatever
brother
reason.
and I, we've always been very close. I've always been very protective of my brother. I've always, I'm just like, there was one girlfriend I liked, and she broke his heart. And then after that, I was like, sorry, I know I can't like give you the middle finger on fate.
You kind of just did.
So, but the thing is that I I will always love my brother. I will
Sure.
always protect him. I will always love my nephew. I will always do everything that I can to make sure that he is taken care of and protected. But I will not apologize or back down for what I did in calling out my brother and his wife, for what happened last year, because it was completely it didn't need to happen. They created a situation that I barked at, and obviously I fell into. And I'm very glad my parents and you know what I mean? Like they're okay. But as for me, I'm not going to apologize. I'm still stand firm on what I believe in, and um, how COVID has completely turned families around and made them crazy in their minds and their hearts. And
Well, there's something happens when you isolate people from being around other people. It gives a weird connection. Some people really gravitate and miss being around live people, and other
Mhm.
people are so afraid that when they see a live person, they get all freaked out, and they're like, "Why aren't you wearing your mask?" Or "Why are you so close?" Or,
Yeah.
"Why did you say hello to me?" Somebody told me that the other day. "Why are you saying hello to me? Don't you know you can spread the virus?" This is at a grocery
Will
store.
you punch him in the face, Brett? I mean, it has to
Well,
be.
I really kind of like walked away really slowly. I'm like, this is having a big mental effect on the way people communicate in a
Yes.
lot of ways.
Well, the
And
mental capacity, I think, of people right now is just at an all-time low. I think that people are just so obsessed with CNN and the fake media and the
I don't
fake
watch, I don't,
news.
we don't, that's what I think what people like about what IQ podcast and what we do. I think we keep it real and we talk about a lot of the things that they're not talking about because they're all one sided. You already know when you turn it on what they're going to say.
Right,
It's
right.
the same blah, blah. It's like the Charlie Brown cartoon. Remember the school teacher? That's exactly what it is. I
Yeah.
think actually that school teacher was probably, yeah, like that.
This is Sarah.
Is that a tromboner?
Trombone.
It's like a tromboner. You never heard it called that before, have you?
No, I haven't. And I don't want to ever hear that again.
Thank
Oh,
you.
is that the
Thank you.
applause?
Thank you.
But I just like I would love for my brother one day to seriously call me and be like, Marina, let's uh, well, It's not going to happen. So I probably shouldn't even.
You never know. And you're the kind of person that I know that when you put something out to the universe or something out there, it always seems to come back. So anything is possible,
We'll see.
you know.
I mean, I hate the fact that I don't know my nephew. I hate the fact that if he sees me when Gabby calls him or when he calls Gabby, he has no idea who I am. But you know what? I my heart breaks for that, but then again, I just kind of put up that wall and just be like, well, that's my brother and his wife. Mom. so,
Yeah, I
so
got you. No, I get it. So you're in this beautiful area now of Texas, in the
it's
Houston
gorgeous.
area somewhere. What's it
Yes,
called? What's it
spring,
called?
spring, Texas.
Spring,
It's in
fresh
Houston, spring,
spring.
and it's a
And
mature
what's uh,
neighborhood.
what's that?
It's a very mature neighborhood. Like there's no cookie cutters. The families,
Nice.
everybody knows everybody. People walk out and meet their mailman,
Sounds
they
like Cheers.
delivery driver. Yeah, but we have the most beautiful corner lot, and we have a tree swing in the front. Um, to just the atmosphere and it's just God, it's amazing.
It's freeing. Freeing is the word.
Yeah,
What's the whole mass thing going on over there with you're experiencing compared
yeah.
to when you left there?
I haven't had to. I haven't walked into a business. The only I did had to go, I did have to go to urgent care a couple weeks ago. But other than going into an actual medical facility, I have not. There's nothing. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't care. Nobody cares. If you don't. Nobody care. There's no um there's no treatment of, well, from what I've seen. Well, I know it happens, but from what I've seen, there's nothing. It's just people are so respectful here, and the yes ma'ams and the yes sirs and the how's your day going and the hi when you drive by in the neighborhood, and it is just the most heartwarming thing I've ever felt, and I only wish that everybody could feel this way. I really really do. It's
So you're not seeing signs on businesses saying if you don't wear a mask, don't come in,
no, no.
nothing like that.
Mm-mm. I don't see any signs
Well,
necessarily.
one thing I know about the Houston area from my memory, I visited there a couple times a while back. It's very well known for its, and even though you're not in Houston, you're part of you're not far from Houston.
Mm.
That area was at one time considered one of the top medical areas in Texas, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
it's I think it still is, right? Like it's a
Right?
whole thing
So,
for
I
the
mean, that would be interesting to get a medical side of things next time because that is such a medical area, just to see what their thoughts are about that whole thing.
I'll reach out. I'll
Because I think it would be interesting to hear how their medical is different there
Mhm.
than, or maybe their thoughts are different than what we're hearing in California.
Well, I just Brett,
Because we're not hearing that really on the media.
I'm being a jerk right now. I just think California is a piece of shit state.
And
Sorry.
what do you really think? Don't hold back.
I just think it should jump off into its own island, like the whatever has said, like it's Newsom, Greasy Gavin, all that. Just go, just build your own island. All of you guys can just like dump on it, do whatever you have to do. Call yourselves dogs, cows, cats, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, and be on your own island, like a leper island. I don't know. Like it just I hate. Oh my God. So the best car sticker that I've seen since I've been here, literally, it was on the back of a truck on a window. And in the middle of the truck was a silhouette of Texas
Uh-huh.
and a silhouette of Florida. And then there was a plus sign between the two states. And then pointing out to the outside of the back window, there was on the right side there was Florida, on the left side there was California, and there was literally a gun like facing towards no New York. I'm sorry, not Florida, New York. So in the middle, you have Texas and Florida, and on the right, you had New York. On the left, you had California, and there were guns like pointing to the both of them. It was the most prominent, like, I hate California and I hate New York. Oh, I've been to New York once. I don't care to ever go back, but
New York is a fascinating city.
it's beautiful.
You know, the rats are on steroids there. The rats, I'm not lying to you. The rats are bigger than like Doberman pinchers.
Well, that's just gross. That's
And
weird.
because they're eating off the homeless people. They're eating the homeless people that are laying around the streets.
Okay.
Why? They're like all buffed out.
Okay.
Seriously, people get eaten all the time by rats in New York. Did you know that? They get eaten to death when they're
Well, that's
sleeping.
gross. That's just gross. No, I didn't know that.
But that's a serious problem over there.
Like, okay, so California, gorgeous. The surfing, the snowboarding, not snowboarding, not in a,
Look at Coronado. Look at Coronado Beach. I mean, Coronado, honestly, in my opinion, might be probably the prettiest city of San Diego.
Oh my God, absolutely gorgeous. California is absolutely beautiful. But when you live there right now,
And the mayor of Coronado is almost like a Texan. Richard Bailey is a very good mayor in Coronado. We were lucky to have him here.
Yes.
He's running for Congress.
He's been an advocate for businesses since
COVID. He's taken a lot of heat. I mean, he's never bowed down, and he's still sticking to what he believes.
Good. Too bad IB's mayor Serge won't accept responsibility or accept what's happening and actually be there for businesses rather than I get that he's there for the Tijuana river overflow. I get
he's been very proactive about the sewage. He's taken time to talk about
part in your actual community. He takes no part in any business in IB. And I will be a forever advocate of the fact that he takes no part in the actual promising acts that could happen in IB. He just focuses on the Tijuana estuary. He focuses on the runoff and he focuses on the water, which is beautiful. Like the IB is one of the most beautiful surfing spots ever in California. And so many people go there to surf. And I get that. But take part in your actual community, Serge. Like, grow a pair of balls and just get out there and take it for what it's worth, because clearly he doesn't. Like, so I have I don't have any respect for the guy. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't. I'm a business owner there, and I strive and work so hard to make sure that business is there for our community and the SEALs and the Navy guys and everybody else that wants to work out there. But our mayor, or your mayor actually, or their mayor, not my
mayor. Our mayor is Coronado. I'm Bailey.
But you know what, sir, just be a part of the I hope he gets voted out. I hope that he's not reelected.
Well, I will say that we've got another crisis that we're having here, and we'll have to save this for another time because I think we're coming to our first hour, if you can believe that already.
Shut up. Are we really?
Can you believe it? 2 hours?
And 8 minutes. Yeah. An hour. This is supposed to be like a half hour, 20 minutes.
You know what? I think it was really we covered a lot of things. I think there's things we need to talk about coming up and hear more about what's going on with IB Fitness and what's going on with Texas. And by the way, I got to tell you, your gym's the bomb.
Thank you.
When I typically get ready for my Mr. Universe show, which I missed last year because I had some things happen with my family and I had to focus on my mom. I took a year off last year from all that stuff, but I'm ready to go back this year. And I will be getting ready at your gym to win my age group again. I think this year if I win, I get a trophy shaped like a Depends diaper. It's a senior group for what I'm competing against. Hopefully it's not a loaded diaper.
I think you're fine.
I think we can take it, and I always get in great shape there. I love anybody that's ever been to IB Fitness. I got to tell you, it's a 24-hour gym that is like, if you want to be serious, go there. If you plan on texting and sitting around, huh? She says it's a savage of a gym. Sarah's saying savage.
Well, it's a hybrid, a savage hybrid gym.
Yeah,
You know, like
savage.
I just want people that. Here's the thing with IB Fitness. Like, I just want people that want to hardcore train to be there. I'm not your average Planet Fitness 24-hour fitness. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want someone coming in there and just sitting on a machine for 20 minutes. Like, that's if
Right.
you want to like hardcore workout and PR and all that kind of stuff and get chalk on your forehead, whatever it is that your jam is, but I'm not, definitely not a normal gym.
And I'm glad that you're not. And it's a great environment to get in the right mindset. And what a great camaraderie group of people, a lot of very disciplined. You got Jen that runs the place over there, who's just a dynamo and keeps everything nice and tight and just looks phenomenal herself and very knowledgeable. It's just a great environment. Everybody gets a chance that's watching. And I've had people come up to me before and ask me about the hat or if I'm wearing a sweatshirt. They always want to know. I've heard about that place, as we got to go check it out. But I highly recommend it. It's a great gym.
Thank you. I appreciate
And I respect the partnership that we've had, and it's been a great working relationship.
it.
You've been phenomenal. You are rock solid. I mean, 24 karat. What's the biggest diamond that there is?
I don't
No,
know.
realistically.
But
I
thank
mean,
you. I appreciate that.
yeah, but welcome back.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited for what's going to happen. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, excited. And thank you to our sponsors, right?
Yes, yes. I want to thank Saquon, obviously Cody, right? He was on the cover.
He's going to be on the new cover coming up.
Cody.
He's a good looking guy. I mean, and there's a lot of women out there. I'm like, he's a single guy,
No, he's super cool.
Yes.
Obviously, you have Attorney King.
Yep.
Who dominates San Diego. Every
Absolutely.
billboard, every bus stop, every bus, every.
You should have seen it. You should have seen his face when we did a road trip and we drove through the drive-through at McDonald's in the Rolls Royce.
Like the gold one, the gold one.
Yeah. We'll take two Happy Meals.
Obviously Nikki Rotten's next door.
Absolutely. We're there just today with a guy you probably remember, Kurt Bavacqua from the Padres, with the home runs during the World Series.
Yeah.
And he loved Nikki Rotten's, and they got a great menu. Tim's a great guy. There's nobody he's like a male version, watered down, of course, of you. I mean, he's a very watered down version of you. He tries. I mean, he's a great guy, but he's out there. He's out there a little bit. I like him.
He's fun. Maybe we can have him on the show again.
He misses you.
Does he?
We need to reach out and get you guys to do one of these shows. I think you'd love to do that show.
We'll do one.
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah, soon we'll just have it done. Obviously, we have IB Fitness. Hello, IB Fitness hat. Yeah. IB, guys. IB Fitness, and obviously Brent Wilsey.
There you go.
The Brent
Wilsey Asset Management, who's one of the top financial guys in San Diego, and I highly recommend him. He's a great guy.
I like it. Well, until next time, right?
Yes, absolutely. I will have a drink with you next time. We'll be doing drinks in our next time we see each other.
So. Drinks are always
whatever that's going to be. But I mean, because everybody wants to be on your show.
Well, we'll figure it out, and then I'll be in San Diego in the later part of February.
Okay.
So we'll figure stuff out.
Very cool.
It was so good being back.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Sarah's saying hello. She's waving the Chinese flag at me. I don't know why she's doing that.
All right, guys. XOXO. This is Marina with Unbroken. We will see you guys next time.